welcome back to our channel. This is InfoPort, the port to connect you with the world of knowledge, motivation, and creativity. Welcome to episode 2 of our podcast. In previous episode, Gokul repeatedly mentioned about financial literacy. So today, let's know what is financial literacy and how to achieve it. Gokul, we have seen that the common mindset among people is that money is the solution to all the problems they have. Many are into fixed jobs, killing all the other passion they have because they want to earn money. Can money be the ultimate solution?
Money is one form of power, but what is more powerful is financial education. Money comes and goes, but if you have the education about how money works, you gain power over it and can begin building wealth. So the
Okay.
reason positive thinking alone does not work is because most people went to school and never learned how money works. So they
Mm,
spend their lives for money. So they work very hard for a little money, clinging to the
mm,
illusion of job security and looking forward to a 3 week vacation each year. And maybe,
mm,
skimpy pension too after 45 years of service. So
mm.
they go to work, get their paycheck, balance their checkbooks, and that's it. Then they wonder why they have money problems. They think that more money will solve the problem, and don't realize that it's the lack of financial education that is the problem. Even if their earnings increase, their expenditure increases as they get temptations to buy things that they think they can buy them happiness. We have all heard stories of lottery winners who are poor, then suddenly rich, and then poor again, right?
Yeah.
They win millions, yet are soon back to where they started. So now
Mm.
tell me, what is the ultimate solution to the financial problem one faces? Is it money or is it financial education?
After receiving a piece of knowledge from you now, I do think it is financial education, and what people lack is awareness about it. So, given that financial literacy is the ultimate solution, and also that you have repeated it for n number of times, I would like to shoot more question towards you.
Well, you have already been doing it.
Huh. When do you say that a person is financially well literate, or what should a man learn to become financially literate?
Financial literacy has four elements basically: accounting, investing, understanding the market, and loss. So, coming to accounting, to read financial reports and to hear to the stories that the numbers tell you, you need to know accounting. Numbers do speak, but only to those who understand it. Accounting basically bridges the gap between you and the numbers. So financial reports can help you very much in case of decision-making activities involved in a business. So they give you a
Mm.
clear indication of the direction in which the organization is moving towards.
So, do you think a basic knowledge of accounting is must?
Yeah, of course, it is the foremost element. And now moving on to the next element, investing. Now, as I said, portfolios get you to financial stability with the power of compounding.
Yeah.
Investing in stocks, bonds, cash, mutual funds, and index funds require an intense knowledge regarding the market and also a thorough analysis.
Yeah.
So, investing over a long period of time can get you greater returns than you
Mm.
could ever think of. So, the
Mm.
return on investment depends on the organization, and it is therefore necessary to look into certain ratios like profit to earning, etc., to have a secure investment. Once someone starts investing, they get to know the power of compounding.
But many people feel stock market is equivalent to gambling, right? Like because many have faced so many losses and all that. So isn't that a common notion that is prevailing?
Gambling doesn't require any criteria. You just go with the flow. But investing
Mm.
has certain criteria that you need to think about before investing. So
Okay.
investment and building portfolios doesn't happen accidentally, just like
Mm.
gambling happens. You need a thorough analysis and years of hard work to work on them. So
Mm.
generally, the people don't even know anything about this foundation that is prevailing. They just go with the flow, like we go with poker and other gambling stuffs.
Yeah. So are there any fixed rules or laws to deal with finances?
Yeah, of course. As I said earlier, it is necessary to know certain laws related to taxes and finances because they
Mm.
give you a greater advantage in the long run. You get to reinvest the amount exempted from being paid as taxes. So
Okay.
next comes understanding the market. It is
Mm.
basically analyzing the customers and understanding the competition. It involves proper planning as to when to launch a product into the market and when not to. And the
Mm.
possible innovations enhance the living channels of the customers. And the market
Mm.
doesn't actually mean the physical market that is existing. No,
Mm.
to invest in market you need to know about the. I mean, to invest in certain organizations, you need to understand the market. So
Mm.
there are different types of market. Say for example, stock market and also the product market. So
Okay.
thorough analysis and understanding of these markets will definitely help you to have a solid foundation of financial literacy.
Okay. So is that all we have to understand about the market?
Yeah, and as I said, the more you learn, the more you learn that you need to know.
Yeah.
So, and the most important thing is that you must know the difference between an asset and a liability, and you
Mm.
must buy the assets. Although a
Okay.
trained accountant actually might disagree with my definition, but I would like to explain in layman terms.
Okay.
Assets are basically those things that you have a claim over,
Mm.
and liabilities have a claim over your assets. So to
Okay.
oversimplify the definition, consider assets to be the things that put money into your pocket. Now, while
Mm.
liabilities take it out from your pocket.
Okay.
So rich people actually acquire assets. So obviously their money is making money. The poor and the
Mm.
middle class acquire properties that they think are assets.
Mm.
So they suffer financially and try to earn enough through active income. So our assets become large enough to grow by themselves. It is like planting a tree. You water it for years and then one day it doesn't need you anymore. So its roots are implanted deep enough. Then the tree provides shade for your enjoyment. That makes a person wealthy. Now I would like to change the definition of wealth here. Now to me, wealth
Okay.
is a person's ability to survive so many number of days forward. Say if I stopped working today, how long could I survive? Now, although
Okay.
net worth often includes non-cash producing assets,
Mhm.
wealth measures how much money your money is making, and therefore your financial survivability.
Financial survivability. That's an important factor to ponder about.
Yeah, of course. Now, the main cause of poverty or financial struggle is fear and ignorance, not the
Mm.
economy or the government or the rich.
Mm.
It's a self-inflicted fear and ignorance that keeps people trapped. Now, it's imperative for you to use those emotions to your advantage. Now, and for the
Mm.
long term to not let your emotions control your thinking. Oh, I am actually concerned that too many people are focused on money and not on their greatest wealth, their education. If
Okay.
people are prepared to be flexible, keep an open mind, and learn, they will grow richer and richer despite of changes. So if
Okay.
they think money will solve problems, they will have a rough ride. So intelligence
Mm.
solves problems, produces money. Money without financial intelligence is money soon gone. So money controls their lives, or should I say, the fear and ignorance about money controls.
I feel fear and ignorance about money.
Exactly. Food and his money are one big party. So higher
Mm.
incomes cause higher taxes, also called bracket creep. If you
Okay.
find you have dug yourself into a hole, stop digging.
Mm.
The middle class finds itself in a constant state of financial struggle. Their primary
Mm.
income is through the salary. So as their wages increases, so do the taxes. Their
Mm.
expenses tend to increase in proportion to their salary. So instead of admitting the truth about how they feel, they react to their feelings and fail to think. No, they don't think rationally. They think with their emotions. No, a middle class man is obviously not happy with his job providing him meager salary, right?
Yeah, that's true most of the times.
Yeah. Instead of actually making rational interpretations like, is this solving my financial problems?
Mm.
He's actually thinking emotionally. Like, if at all I leave this job, how will my survivability be?
Yeah.
So that is the difference basically. Thinking rationally
Mm.
and thinking with emotions. So the
Okay.
massive loss of jobs in recent years proves how shaky the middle class really is financially.
Okay. So knowing a clear distinction between assets and liabilities and investing in asset column can make you wealthy, right? So is that the oversimplified rule?
Yeah, and when cash flow from asset balances your expenses, it is at
Mm.
this point that you are no longer dependent on your wages.
Okay.
Now you have become financially independent. Your next goal must
Mm.
be to have excess cash flow from your assets. The money
Mm.
that your asset is producing must be reinvested into the asset column again. So the more
Okay.
money that goes into my asset column, the more my asset column grows.
Yeah.
The more my assets grow, the more my cash flow also grows.
Yeah.
So, and as long as keep my expenses less than the cash flow from these assets, I grow rich with more and more income from sources other than my physical labor.
Well, that involves enormous efforts to be put into, and that makes all these differences, right? The one who finds it hard basically gets to play it safe and gets into a job simply because he feels job is easier to do than to put in such an enormous effort, right?
Yeah, you got my point exactly. No, thoughts shape our actions and become what we act upon. We don't
Mm.
attract things by what we want,
Mm.
but by what we are. So it is in this process of preparation that the rich and poor start to deviate. The rich have richer mindset, full of realistic thoughts, while the poor have a poor mindset and blame others for their losses.
Okay. But a poor with financial literacy can make a huge change, right?
No, that is where another term comes in. No, that is the mindset of a capitalist. No, the
Mm.
rich mindset. That is what we call it. So the mindset and financial literacy both make a very big difference. So that is why there is a huge gap between the haves and the have-nots.
Okay, so financial literacy and capitalist mindset is one of the most important basics to learn in life. So, with this, we have come to the end of episode 2. Thank you everyone for watching. To learn more about business, stay tuned with us. This is Infoport signing off.